What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is the very first Hulk action figure ever created, and the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So this is an interesting one. This Hulk action figure is made by Marx Toys. Marx Toys is one of the oldest, most classic American-made toy companies ever. They started in 1919 out of New York City and lasted all the way up to about 1980. In the late 70s, I believe Quaker Oats Company, which is a really popular company in America that deals with cereals and stuff like that. They owned Fisher-Price toys at the time. And in the mid-70s, they bought basically Marx Company for, I think, about $250 million, inflation of today standards. When Marx retired and sold the company in the mid-70s, they were doing pretty well. And when Quaker Oats picked it up, they thought that, Marx Toys and Fisher-Price would have really good synergy and they'd be able to balance each other and profit off of one another for like their chemistry and different types of toys. And for whatever reason, after Quaker Oats picked up Marx Toys, they didn't do very well. And, basically Quaker Oats decided to shut the company down by 1980. But what makes Marx Toys just a really, really fun line to pick up is they're classic toys from, again, 1919 when they started. They did tin toys and trains and plastic guns, a lot of war type of toys. And in the late 60s, they picked up the Marvel and DC license. And they basically created the very first PVC Marvel figures. So when Marx Toys came out with that line in 1967, they had, a lot of the classic Avengers. They had Hulk, Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Spider-Man, a lot of the popular characters. And they're just like the toy soldiers, the really small, like 1-inch ones that everybody knows that came in buckets and they're, green color, like the little army soldiers. But what Marx did, which is really cool, is they, blew that concept up to about 4.5, 5 inches. So I didn't even realize that when I first bought this years and years ago. I figured it'd be like a small little figure. And then when I got it in the mail, I was blown away by just the sheer size of a PVC figure from 1967. So it was really cool. And you could buy them in sets back then, probably for extremely cheap. They had tons and tons of different colors. So everything under the color of the rainbow, basically, oranges, greens, purples, light blues, dark blues, silver, tons and tons white, tons and tons of different colors. It's fun to collect all the different colors for all the different superheroes. But for me personally, at the time, a few years ago, I wasn't looking to get every single version of this specific figure in every color. But I wish I did then, because prices of these are kind of ridiculous now. But for me personally, with all the different colors that they had, I wanted either the classic green and maybe a purple. I'll show you what it looks like right now. So I hope you like it. So for this Sculpt from 1967, these are, again, about 4.5 inches tall, way bigger than I thought they'd be. Solid PVC. So this being as old as it is super, super, super hard PVC. This has probably been everywhere. I can't even imagine how many families held this over the years. And if kids touched it and played with it, just the durability definitely stands up. And this is an old classic Kirby style Hulk. And just very, very cool overall. So we'll jump right into Sculpt. So Sculpt of today, if something like this came out in today's standards, this would probably get made fun of a little bit because just the texture and lack of sheer size of Hulk. He looks very, very human almost, like human body anatomy wise. But for 1967, I mean, just to get, a decent Kirby face out of this. And there's a pretty interesting pose, and they have the pants and the ripped pants and everything. So I mean, I can't fault them all that much. And for being as old as it is, I think it's a really, really fun piece. I like it a lot. So for 1967 standards, I will give the sculpt of this a B+. In today's standards, I will give the sculpt of this a C+. So we'll look at about maybe a B, B- if you average them two together for sculpt. But still pretty fun. Fun pose. For the mold that they use for this, it's really, really not bad. I think you could definitely tell it's Hulk, even for as old as it is. And I've seen a few people that have, painted this and made it with the purple pants and a brownish base and a different green, painted the face, the eyes, teeth, hair. And it definitely brings out Hulk even more. And it closely resembles, the Kirby styled Hulk of that time period. So it's pretty cool overall. Just a skinnier version, I would say. For paint, there is no paint. But again, these are solid PVC, plastic, every single kind of color you could imagine. So imagine having, 10 of these, all different colors, all lined up together. That would look just absolutely amazing. But again, I kind of shoot myself in the foot a little bit that I didn't end up doing that, years ago when these were way less expensive. But for the color green that I picked, this is definitely the one you want to go with if you're getting Hulk and you're only choosing one. I would definitely recommend the green for obvious reasons. Bottom here says The Incredible Hulk. And over here, what's awesome is this is made in America. And this was an American-based company, which is awesome. And this was actually Marvel licensed, which is really cool. Vaguely see here, there's a KK initials. So shout out to KK, wherever you were in America at the time, and putting your initials on here. It's barely there, but I love seeing things like this of kids' childhoods, from, 50, 60 years ago. It's pretty cool. And this is history, being like the very first Hulk figure ever made. I think it's just awesome. So quality, solid PVC. You can't bend any of these areas. Super durable. Nothing's going to crack or break. I'm sure this has been thrown around and thrown everywhere, and there's really no marks or any damage. And you can see that the casted mold that they did, you can see the lines where the molding is, all the way down the arms, all the way down the sides, the legs. But very, very good quality, can stand easily, won't fall over. Quality of these are awesome, being 60 years old and taking the beating that it's taken and showing really no signs of wear or tear. It's just amazing. So quality will be, for as old as this is, I'm going to give this an A. So now I'm going to give you a little size comparison. Here is a standard size Funko Pop. And this can just give you the sheer size of this figure. Again, it really surprised me when it came in the mail when I first picked this up, because I just didn't expect him to be this big and to be as tall or even a little bit taller than an average size Funko. I think that's awesome for as old as the figure as this is. I expected it to be this little thing here, but it's very, very cool. So that's the size of him. So does he have the wow factor? I am going to give, a surprisingly high score for wow factor with this. But again, just the sheer size of it when it first came. The green color, all the, light colors pop. It definitely stands out when you put it on the shelves with all the smaller figures. And, just being the first Hulk figure, I'm gonna give it probably a B+ for wow factor. I definitely think it's deserving, and happy to have this guy in the collection. So with Sculpt, it averaged out to about a B. For paint, just the colors under the rainbow of all the different figures. That'll also get a B. For quality, I gave it an A. So we're looking at probably around a B+ overall for this figure. And it's, again, the very first Hulk figure ever. Awesome figure. Definitely deserving of a B+. I can't believe, as old as it is, how it still holds up and looks great on the shelf with the rest of the figures. It's just a really, really fun figure overall. Highly recommend it. If you want to spend the money, so these usually range from $35 to $50 plus shipping. The more popular colors, like the green and the purple, are, $60, $70 plus shipping. But, you're looking at probably $500. You want to try to collect all the different colors of the Hulks. Is that worth it? If it was a lot cheaper years and years ago when I should have done it, it would just look so cool together to have all the different colors posed together. but I'm not spending the money to do that, unfortunately, unless I can find an absolute steal on some. But they're going for, $35, $40, $45, $50 plus shipping online for you guys. That's it for today. Again, check out Marx Toys, American-based company out in New York. Tons of classic vintage stuff. Just really, really fun company, and their Marvel stuff and their DC stuff is just very fun. Highly recommend it. So please Hulk smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Weekly shorts, Monday through Friday. The main videos, Saturday and Sunday, every single week. And I'll see you in the next one. So have a wonderful day. See you when I see you. Peace.
Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.